Pandas, 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 pandas. I got bras and then a twist and dope knee and a fit. Pandas! Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Day trading. Good morning, Rima. Good morning, Tanner. Good morning, BR. Welcome, Will Curtis. Good morning, Hugh. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, SW Blaze. Good morning, Peter Cho. Good morning, guys. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. Just finished the pre-market show. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Also, make sure you guys drop a GM in the chat. Let me know you guys are here. I'd love to know where you guys are from too. So if you don't mind, drop a location as well. Lawrence, good morning. A, B, C. Second entry long on this move up here. A couple overshoots already. Because of the overshoots, it actually makes it difficult to go long here. Second entry long off the 20 MA. Going back up to, man, it's unbelievable. By the way, pandas, hopefully you guys has rolled over to 623. Currently, the volume is higher on the 623 by about 50,000 contracts, and so I would recommend to switch over 623 if you haven't already. We are on the 623 contract. If you don't know how to switch it over, just go to the top left of your chart and literally just type in, replace that one of that first three, the 03 with a 6. So instead of 03-23, it will say 06-23. So hopefully you guys are on the same contract as me now, and also it's good to be on the contract with more volume. It's the newer contract plus more volume. It'll most likely accelerate in terms of volume. So second entry short about to form on the 10,000 tick chart here. No news for us today, at least not for me. Tomorrow is a big news item, and I cannot tell you how big the news item is tomorrow. It's a CPI, and we are in a highly inflation sensitive trading environment. So I'm just saying, if you want to talk about big news, if you want to talk about news that will make or break your account, CPI is the news. So tomorrow, at 8:30. And by the way, if you're like from another location, you guys are probably confused on why we're starting at a different time. For the states, we had daylight savings, so all our clocks are pushed an hour ahead, or was it? Yeah, hour ahead. So that means for you guys, this stream is most likely earlier than typical. So Gilbert Medina, let's get that bamboo. Let's go, baby. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome. TGIM. Yes. Thank God it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday, because that means we come back here to the greatest community on YouTube. Getting to do what we love. Bill 777. Yep. Spring forward and fall back. Darn. Second entry long does work out here. Market's about to open in 6 minutes here, but that second entry long just boom pops up. Trap may trigger on the 10,000 tick chart. I was a little worried that that really wouldn't work out because the 10,000 tick chart just triggered a second entry short. So I wasn't sure how much more juice it had to go up here. Mindful Jassy asked, did we roll over? Yes. If you haven't rolled over yet, please roll over. The volume is higher on the 623 already, and I've never the Monday before, I've never not had to switch over the Monday of the expiration. Like by the Monday of the expiration, you typically switch over. You got a trap here. This trap may be a good trade, but also got to mind our trend line. I've already missed a scalp to the upside, but not necessarily saying that's a good scalp. Ooh, what was that? Trap does trigger. That's a huge signal bar. I'll just say that right now. If you're in this trade right now, in this trap, your signal bar, your risk is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.25 points. 8-point risk on a 2,000 tick chart. The volatility is a little wild right now. I think we might have some fun today, pandas. I really think we might have some fun. Yep, that trap works out, and the second entry short on a 10,000 tick works out as well. That's what I was worried about, but man, I had to mind this. But that risk was huge if I were going to take it. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. For those who are new, I'm Bye Bye Money, and the top left of your screen, you can see that we are trying to pass a 300K evaluation here, and we're profitable slightly, but not by much, not by much here. We're slightly profitable. Market's about to open in 2.5 minutes. Did I like this trap? The risk was just too huge. It was too huge, and yeah. I mean, you would have to basically either consider it like this, where you had an overshoot, undershoot, breaker trend to new high, and that's where you look for the trap. This is kind of like, I would say with this price action, now that we have this, I would say that this may be a more accurate way to draw these channels, draw this channel. If you guys haven't switched over to 623 yet, please switch over. And also, let me see here. We have 8 days left, is that right? Yep, 8 days left. At 8 days left on the evals, the BBM 80% off. Just what a move down right now. Incredible. Absolutely incredible here. We can bounce here because the trading range indicator is telling us we have a trading range. So it's already a trading range, right? Because you have one leg down, one leg up, one leg back down. But doesn't necessarily mean it'll continue. But there was a trading range here. Now, would I actually trade on the bottom of this? I don't know. I don't know. It looks like the move is so strong down. It looks like it wants to make a new low. That's what it looks like it wants to do here. Jeez. I mean, if you guys looked at the overnight session, if you guys haven't heard already, I believe this was sparked. This huge move up. This is about 60-point move up, and I believe it was sparked because there was news that on Sunday, on Sunday, which is a weird time to drop news, financial news, but on Sunday, the financial news was dropped saying that the government will make customers whole from the SVB Bank. If you guys haven't heard, Silicon Valley Bank, they went bankrupt, and they couldn't pay their customers back. They couldn't, the customers couldn't withdraw their money, and these are big customers. A lot of venture capitalists. All right, market just opened, and so they dropped news that they would cover the customers, but doesn't mean that they'll. But they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna bail out the bank. Just make the customers whole. And I think also there's news about them like helping banks, stopping them from becoming bankrupt. Market just opened. Are we looking for a second entry long or a second entry short here, pandas? Is the market going to give us a second entry short? Maybe. Okay. We got 2 legs up. This is a second entry short. It's really close to the bottom here. Man, these candles are huge. Man, that risk. Okay, that's a terrible signal bar. Attaching it to the order. Second entry short here. Second entry short, good signal bar. On a downtrend, coming down. Looks like it wants to stop me out here. Or not. No idea. What's going on? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, almost stopped me out. It came right back up. That's pretty scary. But let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. Hey, we got a runner. We got a runner. We got a runner. I'm thinking new low here. Making a new low. Oh, breaking the overnight low. I don't even get excited until I get at least 2 pivots. Jeez, it took me out. We're gonna bounce back up. We got the scalp though, 2-point scalp. It's a nice signal bar, second entry short, right off the bat, right in the morning. Just start off with a quick 2-leggy here. Second entry short. I feel like almost every second entry short is gonna work out today. Like even the long side, I feel like they're gonna work out. Like I almost want to trade larger today, and just scalp out all the second entry shorts, all the second entry longs today. It just feels like one of those days. This would be a second entry long. I at least want to be on the right side of the 20 MA, but we do have like a complete cycle here where we gotta break a trend to new low. I wouldn't take the higher low necessarily. I'll take a trap trade if we get one, but other than that, man, this is gonna. If we stay underneath the 20 MA. Trap trade, perhaps, or another second entry short forming here, but if we're above the 20 MA here, I'll probably take this trap. I'll consider a trap here. This in itself is a trap as well, but we already broke trend, made a new low. And wow, I mean, the signal bar is huge. It's just humongous right now, the signal bar. We do trigger the second entry short, so lower high second entry short, and we may get some movement here. I'm gonna try to trade the opposite side of this, because I feel like we already finished the cycle. Man, that risk is huge. Okay, can you imagine a bigger risk? Let's go, baby. Easy peasy money. Let's go, baby. Sorry, I'm just so focused. I'm so focused right now. I'm not reading your chats. I mean, we got this nice price action. I'm reading this like a book. at the moment. A children's book, in fact. Not even a book, it's a children's book. I'm reading it like it's just too easy. Easy peasy money. That trap gives you the scalp. I'm trading larger contracts as well. That was with 5 contracts, 2 points. Let's go, baby. If you guys are talking about Big Mama already passed
10,000 tick trap
at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Eastern time. This is Big Mama here breaking the previous candle's low, or continuation of the daily chart, and Big Mama already triggered. So if you missed it here, don't try it again. You know, Big Mama, you should only really take it 2 times, and you only take it the second time if the first one fails. Michael Cheek says, Mac keeps saying maximum 8 tick stop loss, but like 80% of his entries have a higher than 8 tick stops. What do you do, Panda? Yeah, don't listen to him. He had to have update. I think he should update his verbiage there. I mean, first thing, it's completely false that he does not do a 8 tick stop loss. His stop loss depends on his signal bar. But I think what he's saying is, I mean, I think it is a good rule of thumb. If even the signal bar is nice, if it's too large, you got to consider that risk there. While it asks if it's 623, yes, we're on 623. How long did it take you to pass in the pass? If I trade it legitimately, it'll take me a while. If I trade it legitimately, like small contracts, if I trade it like a PA account, it will take me a while. Like your average you're thinking about is $100 a day, and so every single day you're thinking, or every single month you're thinking about $2,000 profit. So I mean, the goal is 20K on that. So for me, like, I most likely will start to trade this a little more aggressively, just because, you know, no one wants to wait 10 months to pass. You know, you don't want to wait 10 months because you're thinking about, you know, so that's how long it will take if you trade this like just with 1 contract or 2 contracts. So I may trade a little more aggressively here. I mean, for me, I trade, you know, Big Mama trades the most aggressive. But I have passed him fairly quickly. I usually pass him within 7 days. So by the 7th day, I can turn them to PA accounts. I typically can pass them in 7 days. And just reading your comments here. I'll so focus. Thanks, guys. You guys congratulate me on the trades. Got another trap trade here. Getting a little tricky now. Definitely getting a little tricky now. It does look like it wants to keep going down since we're underneath the 20 MA. We've had a hard time breaking up. Okay, outside bar reversal, skipping that, but looks like it's gonna work out anyways. Nice move down. Overnight lows, just mark it because it's usually a key area. Richard Harris says, but what does Chin say? We know what Max says, but what does Chin say? That's what really matters. Michael Cheek says, Chin's not available. He's already made his 500s on his way to work. Yeah, I understand why Mac will say, especially if you just began and you're like taking like, you know, 5-point risk. Like he's like, well, at least if you do, the only problem is if you do only a 2-point risk, which is 8 ticks, you're gonna get stopped out a lot, like a lot, and especially the way this market moves. So I understand Mac is trying to help people, but at the same time, he's really hurting them because the probability just drastically decreases. If you guys understand like the market, how balanced it is, you'll understand that it will work itself out in a sense. You know, if you just take the proper risk and proper reward in any trade, then it kind of all works out. If you're trading a good system, that is. You have to be trading a proper system. If your system's not good, then forget about it. Nothing's gonna work. Truly. It bounced off the previous day's or the overnight session's lows. Pretty much bounced off of it, about 1 point away. People front ran it like crazy with the H4 setup. This is a good place to look for another trap, I would say. This is a trap trade waiting to happen right. You're clearly above 20 MA. Huge bull bars here, bouncing off a type of support, like very close, and it's a higher double bottom. Basically, this is what this looks like, and this is kind of what you want when you want to trade against it, like, or bounce off of support. Huge moves on the opposite side. I mean, that's what you're looking for, right? That's a good sign. So you got a trap trade here. Ooh, this trap trade. Okay, this signal bar is terrible. Can't trade with this type of signal bar. Signal bar is huge. Yeah. Skipping it. Even though we're closing above the 20 MA, I'm skipping that. It's a little too large. And it doesn't look like there's much follow through on this strong bull. Even the strong bull bar is not much follow through.
Five-minute trap.
Yeah, oh yeah, someone mentioned that their chart is super zoomed in. If you click the top right, F, there's an F there, that typically would get your charts back to normal. There's an F on the top right of your screen. And I think that means fit, I think. And so just fit everything. So if you drag it around, it'll continue to fit the chart on your screen. And you can break it by, you know, dragging the axis here. And also, if you want to just free drag it, you can hold control and drag however you want on the screen. We're about to break the overnight low here, and it can act as a small big mama. I would like a setup still. I don't take this confidently. I want to have a setup if I'm going to take it. Michael Cree says, I wish IntraTrade didn't need to press control to drag the screen. It's so annoying. I agree. I wish it was more like TradingView. Like the user experience in TradingView, the chart experience and the movement is, I think, the best. You know, every company should just copy. Copy how TradingView does it. I think it's the best. You know, TradingView is free drag, and then the scroll on your mouse is actually the zoom in, zoom out. Ooh, okay. What's happening here? We got a second entry long happening with another bounce here. This is interesting. Wow. Second entry long outside bar reversal. This is getting wacky. Price action has gotten already wacky. It's so much overlap starting to happen, especially like if you look at this. Man, that's a second entry. That's a second entry short here. Second entry short. Do I want to take the second entry short? I actually do want to take the second entry short, but it's a hidden second entry short. You have A, B, C, hidden second entry short here. I usually don't take hidden second entry shorts, but that's a hidden second entry short that's triggered. It's getting so choppy. It's getting really tricky, actually. I mean, all these outside bar reversals making it very difficult. I'll take the hidden. I'll take a second entry short here. A, B, C. I'll take the second entry short just because there's a key area here. I think it's a magnet. Second entry long does trigger here. Skipping it. I'm gonna take the second entry short if it gives it to me, but it's getting so choppy at this point that it's very difficult. It's getting so choppy. You got like an outside bar reversal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars going in and out of 20 May. Like the next move might be large, but it's hard to time this. You're in the long run. It's not a good. This is not a good time to trade. In the long run, if you trade in areas like this, it'll be very difficult. You gotta wait till this resolves. It is choppy. I would say this is choppy right now. I am don't know what to do. We may be getting a double bottom here, and now there's a higher low here. Notice the 2000 tick chart still has a trading range indicator just because it got so choppy. Break a trend, looking for that new high, which got that trap. And now we're in this down move, and it's hard to really chart this, but I don't know. If you're keeping it small, you gotta break a trend new low, push up, double bottom. I mean, coming back up to the top of the trading range on the 2000 tick trading range indicator, comes back to the top, hits it, gets a small bounce off of it. It's such a strong move up though that you're thinking it could possibly continue up. And that's the tricky thing about trading ranges, is that the bear legs and bull legs inside trading ranges can look very strong, and so it could trick you to thinking that it's going to start trending, especially when you have a bull bar that looks like this. But really it's just racing to certain levels and then bouncing off of them. So it's tricky. This is tricky. I mean, it's such a strong move up. You're thinking certainly this is going to be a bull trend now. But if you look to the left of the chart, I mean, we have some price action here that we may be bouncing off of. So just watching this. 240 SMA approaching. Two strong bull bars on the 10,000 tick chart. So this could also mean maybe always in long. Like we're finally closing above the 20 MA on the 10,000 tick chart. We closed twice here, but this is the first time we're getting a moving average gap. The 5 minute obviously wants to sooner or later touch the 20 EMA. A 99.99% chance that we will touch the 20 EMA sometime today. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll go straight up to it, but you know, it can also come back down to it, you know, if it just goes sideways for a while. But sooner or later, sometime today. It's such a strong move up. No entries for me whatsoever. So it's not like I, you know, could have entered here, but yep. Okay. The 10,000 tick chart trading range starting to fill here to the bottom of the trading range, 10,000 tick, back to the top of the 10,000 tick. 10,000 tick trading range now in play, and touch the top. We have broken the 2,000 tick trading range, and now we're rocketing up. Incredible move. Could not capture any of it. Have no entries here to really capture it, so unfortunately. Yeah, it's not like we could even participate. It's just there's no entries. It's just a rocket ship back up, and hard to really tell when that's gonna happen. Something like that's gonna happen. Second entry long forming here, so far away from the 20 MA. It's very difficult to take this, but it is a second entry long. Don't get me wrong. A, B, C, but it's too far away from 20 MA. The only thing it has going for you is that it's going in the direction of the super strong move up. So you can chance that. In fact, you already got stopped out if you did take that trade. So that's why we skip trades like that. Even though it is a second entry long with trend, it's not in the right place. Plus, you know, when you trigger, you're pretty much triggering right at the top of these pivots here, and so these can always act as natural resistance. So, you know, you skip that trade, even though it's like you're eager to go long. That's the first second entry long in this uptrend. I'm skipping that. Terrible signal bar as well. So it's just not a lot going for you other than it's with trend. Everything else about it's not pretty, in my opinion. Bounce off the 20 EMA here. What a bounce. Unfortunately, it's not a setup, which sucks, but it's your first bounce off the 20 MA really after this strong move up, so kind of makes sense. I don't know. Do I want a second entry long here? We could potentially have one. A, B, C. Second entry long. Potentially here. It's just funky. It's funky looking here. Really funky looking. Not gonna lie. Really funky looking if I take the second entry long. Second entry long here. Oh, it looks ugly. It looks ugly because the first leg actually breaks beneath the 20 MA and makes a moving average gap. It's very small. It's like a one tick moving average gap, but still moving average gap. The reason why I mention this is because this feels like maybe more is turning into a trading range than continuation is uptrend. And if that's the case, and like it's not okay. Well, second entry long triggers, so and it makes 2 points. So there goes all that. It does make 2 points there, like immediately. But I wouldn't even be able to time that. That would have been impossible to time because it just jerked at the very end. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. It's a second entry long. It does work out for you, but I couldn't even time that perfectly unless I used my indicator to enter that trade. If you guys don't know, the super signal here on the indicator, two-legged pullback indicator, marks exactly where you need to enter if you're going to enter the trade. So you can see here, this diamond is one tick beneath the signal bar, and it always will be one tick. So once this candle finishes, you're going to see this diamond move up one tick beneath this bar, because now this will be the signal bar. So right when it finishes, you'll see it moves up one tick beneath here. And so you can attach your order to this diamond on the super signal. And so right when the candle finishes, it will move your order up with the right when the candle finishes. So, you know, it's faster than I could ever do with my own, you know, with my own reflexes. It will be immediate. It will be like, you know, to the tick. So faster than I could do it. So that's the nice thing about the indicator. Okay, traps and actually pushes up higher. I would have entered this trap, but I was reloading my historical and I didn't know that setup was going to happen like that. So unfortunately, I missed this trade. Darn. Sorry. I was reloading. I didn't think it was going to happen like that. I'm already up 600. I don't know how much to complain about, to be honest. But I would have entered that trade. Darn. That reload. Just reload it when I said I was about to happen so you can blame the reloading. Never take responsibility of just, you know, poor trading. Yeah, EMAs are starting to converge, so that was also possibly another reason why I thought it may start to turn to a trading range. But it did, you know, you did have a pullback around here coming back off, right? Where basically these EMAs converge. Kind of use it more as a support now. We do have a trading range on the trading range indicator, marking trading range for us, so we can get a little choppy here. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all, in fact. We're so close to the 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart, about 7 points away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 points away from the EMA. If you guys are waiting for news, tomorrow is big news. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like. 176 viewers and 30 likes. You can do better than that. That's just sad. I mean, how can you look at yourself in the mirror and actually enjoy what you see? Like, how can you do that? How can you stand to look at yourself in the mirror? 178 viewers and 30 likes. You guys should be ashamed. I'm just joking. But tomorrow is, man, if you want to talk about big news, tomorrow. Whew. CPI numbers. I'm just saying, like, I think everyone's waiting for the CPI. People are wondering if it's going to, you know, meet expectations, be miss expectations, be hot, be cold. Whew. I think everybody's eyes are on the CPI, and that's tomorrow. And I'll say it's a account maker or breaker. It will either make your account or break your account, and that's like with one trade. And that's what I mean by that is do not trade on your PAs. But on evals, with Apex, they're a lot more loose with evals, and so if you are willing, you can trade that news. But I'll just say I don't care which way it goes. I just want it to go. I just want it to go. And most likely, you have a 50-50 chance to pass your eval in one trade. And that's like for those who just want to get like PA accounts, like who don't want to trade the evals really. They just want to go straight to PAs. That's like a shortcut way, but the risk obviously is you can make or break your eval. So, but do not trade the news with your PA accounts. I mean, you could possibly get dinged for that, and you don't want that. That's the last thing you want. Oh, the dance, so it happened in a blink. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I felt like that because it happened so quick. But again, if you had the indicator, you could have actually entered that because your indicator drop here and actually maybe not. Actually, yeah. I don't know. Second entry long, but maybe looking for a second entry short here. So this is a second entry long though with trend. Outside bar reversal. Live Free or Five says I passed multiple evals on news and they did not count. Not sure that works anymore. Oh, interesting. No, that's very interesting. I am shocked if you couldn't do that. I've passed. Yeah, maybe everyone's experience is different then. That's weird. I don't think they care for evals, to be honest, because evals, there's so many evals. Like I don't think they're going to really monitor your evals, but maybe. I don't think they also have rules for that for the evals. I know for PAs they do, but I don't think they. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they care for evals. So for PAs they may. Unless they changed it recently. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird to me. I could be wrong. If you said in that case they were way above average gains, well then you're probably talking about PA counts. I don't think you're talking about evals. Trap trade here. The PA is getting a little choppy. That's a trap trade though. Okay, it scalps out. Okay, getting a little bit confusing here. Live free or fight. If it went straight to admin after they pass requirements, I don't know. Still weird to me. I feel like you might have actually failed your account somehow with the news. That has happened to me before. Like I was in a trade and the news was so crazy. I passed all my accounts, but also I failed all my accounts. it was crazy. News. I mean, the PA is really choppy right now, so I'm just I'm sitting on my pause. We got an inside bar on the 5-minute chart, and we're so close to the 20 MA here. We may get a small, push down here and then push back up. I mean, you're thinking two-legged move, right? Something like this, potentially here. So I'm thinking. But we are certainly in an uptrend right now on the 2000 tick. Making a head and shoulders currently. Here will be the neckline if we're to draw one. NJ, yeah. If you had too many contracts on pullback, could take your trailing threshold. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking might have happened actually. By the way, there's 8 days left to use BBM 80 for 80% off. Hopefully, you guys take advantage of it. Five-minute chart, creating another inside bar. Looks like, not sure. Why do I mention this? Is because that means it's a triangle on the smaller time frame. The triangle is forming here. Right now, I just see it as this kind of uptrend. But on the 5-minute chart, if it breaks beneath the low here or the high here, there will be traders who will be trading this inside, right? It's a breakout mode. So they'll have an order 1 tick beneath here and an order 1 tick above here. And if this triggers, then it'll go, they're going short. And they have their stop loss up here. So that's what they're waiting for at this moment, right? That's what the inside bars are, and especially if it works with their price action, they'll probably try to take that trade. Second to short triggers here. Inside bar. Breakout mode on the 5-minute chart. Breaks beneath the inside bar. Maybe I'd take the trap here. Also, 10,000 tick chart. 20 EMA can act as, oh, actually, a second entry long. Second entry long on the 10,000 tick. A, B. Whoa! 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 Okay. Whoo! Whoo! Hey, goodness gracious! I mean, second entry short. What can I say? The 5-minute creating a second entry short, 20 EMA, about to be touched here on the 5-minute. Jeez. Okay. I mean, if you want to make it any more obvious, I mean, thank you. Touch the 20 EMA now. Wow. Wow. Whoo! Whoo! Whew. What is going on? What a move. I was not ready for that. I'll just say that right now. I was not ready for that, but the 10,000 tick taps off the 20 EMA while it's rising like this, just showing this, some bullishness here. Second entry long on the 10,000 tick. No, if they announce more bailouts, maybe. But I would say, I feel like the move would be much greater than that. The move would be just crazy. This is even though this is a strong move, it's still kind of typical to today. Pretty much kind of like today. What can I say? 5 minutes, second entry is short. Touch the 20 May. Unfinished business is taken care of. Might try to fill the gap on the 5-minute, but typically the 20 EMA acts as some sort of resistance when you come this far beneath it. But the price action so far looks like this: A, B, C. Second entry short forming on the 5-minute. It's a hidden second entry short, but that's what that is. Trap trade above the 20 MA. Do I like this trap trade? No, because it's above the 20 MA. But works out certainly nicely. The reason why the trap would have been decent there is because you have a break of trend, a new high forming here. So this trap was somewhat tempting. The Northern Toro 33 trades to pass at 25K took 9 weeks. Let's go, baby. Hey, congratulations. What a move down. This is insane. What's happening here? Huge move up, but no follow through whatsoever. Just reverses immediately. And that trap trade ends up working out nicely overall. It's just above the 20 MA. It's not, the setup is not there. It's not correct. It's not the way to trade that. But that is a trap trade, outside bar reversal that works out after a break of trend new high. So you got that major trend reversal working out here. Second entry short forming on the 5-minute chart as well. Whoo-wee. It's looking messy now. Looking messy again. So most days are like this. Most days are just like this. Just messy. Second entry short forming on the 5-minute, but also starts to look a little choppy as well. Like 4 overlapping bars in a row now, but it's a second entry short forming here. Whoo-wee. The Northern Turtle says, that's the first eval I passed following my rules the whole time. Let's go, baby. Hey, You know the beautiful thing about that is just keep doing that. Keep doing that for your PAs now. It's simple. It's so simple. I think you're just on good track, man. That's awesome. I'm actually happier that the fact that you stayed with your rules the entire time than passing. I think that shows character and long-term stability and hopefully long-term profitability. The trap does trigger here. I'm gonna sit in my pause. I feel like this does have more room to go down, but sit in my pause here.
5-minute trap.
It does scalp out. Darn. 5-minute second short triggers. Blah. I think I'm more worried about preserving my green here than entering trades. I actually kind of like that trade. I typically would take a trade like that, but it's all good. Alex says, can someone tell me why it doesn't take chart only shows a giant candle? First off, pandas, make sure you guys are on your 623 contracts. If you're still on the 323, you're getting less volume and you're on an older contract. So typically by Monday, the Monday before the contract expires, you should have already rolled over. Sometimes it's even that Friday, the Friday before. But definitely by the Monday before, you want to switch over, and you want to have yeah, man, that 5-minute works out beautifully. 5 minutes second short. So make sure you're on 623. Gilbert Medina says, hey, Fed emergency meeting. 1 second. There is a emergency meeting today, closed board meeting at 11:30 a.m. I believe this is Eastern time. So it won't happen during stream, but there is a meeting there. I'm not sure how much the market will move because it's closed board, so you're not gonna know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. Maybe this is gonna be. If anything, they might just get choppy until they disclose what they talk about. This is just on the grind. Just on the grind down. Yeah, if you see like a huge bar, and you should be on the right contract, and also reload your historical. That may fix it. If that does not fix it, you might have to close it all down and restart it all back up. And if that doesn't fix it, you may have to go even further and do some reloads. I find typically that by the next day, that resolves itself. The next day, it resolves itself. So, you know, if you are like, you really want to get fixed right away, then you may have to go, you know, take further steps, such as like clearing your DB cache, things like that. But only do that when Ninja Trader Ninja Trader support tells you to do that. Okay, it worked. Okay, reload your historical. Great. The market's a little bit wild right now. Live free or fight summarizes perfectly the situation the Fed is in. Keep raising interest rates, banks will fail, or not only banks, but companies will fail, everything will fail. Or lower and maintain interest rates and you get more inflation. What do you want? Pick your poison. You're between a rock and a hard place, and that's what the Fed had put themselves in, essentially. So, if Jerome Powell sticks to his word, he will choose the latter. Sorry, he will choose the former. He will choose recession over rising entrenched inflation. And I think he's been very clear about that. Very clear. But now you see some easing monetary policy, because they seem to want to be helping, not necessarily the banks, or they may help the banks. Biden says he doesn't want to help the banks, and he wants them to fail. But I believe he's going to help the customers. They want to help the customers. They want to, like, if you're a customer and you're affected by the bank failing, then I think the federal government will help the customer, but I don't think they'll help the bank necessarily. Like, they'll let the bank basically go bankrupt, but they're gonna make the customers whole. So we're in a situation here, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just feel the track history with the federal government has been to help to cause more inflation. That's usually the side they lean on. But man, I don't know. Jerome Powell just seems so certain. His resolve seems so certain that he's going to do whatever it takes to lower inflation. So if that's true, this is just the beginning. This is seriously just the beginning. I mean, when you raise interest rates that high and banks basically can't refinance their loans every time the loan comes up, like, and they have to pay it off, it's like they sooner or later the rope, there's gonna be no more rope left. Especially if you're raising interest rates. And so now you have banks who will be lending out all this money, the cheap money, and they can't lend it out anymore because now the interest rates are too high. This is a failed second entry short setup here. You got to break a trend to new low and potentially a move up here. I don't know. I'm not taking the short here. I just know what to do here. That does scalp out. Right, it's above the 20 MA. You're not taking this short with this huge signal bar. It does work out for you, but man, that's a tough one to take. It's not one I like. I typically wouldn't take trades like that. Hey, you can buy some SVB bonds for 40 cents on a dollar right now. Great deal. Hugh says, I can't believe I got a 2.5% mortgage. Yep. But you also paid like double for your house, which is like the tough thing. But at the end, the mortgage payments are very little at 2%. I did like calculations where, like, if you get like a, what is it, like a $500,000 loan, then at 2% you're paying like $1,700 a month. But if you got the same loan today at like 7%, you're paying like over $3,000 a month. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. No one can afford that. What is the current contract? The current contract right now is 623. If you haven't switched over yet, I would highly recommend to switch over. Roll your contract over to 623. If you don't know how to do that on NinjaTrader, you literally just go to the top left of your screen and you see where it says ES03-23. Just change that to ES06-23 and then you will have the new contract up. It will load up the new contract. It's getting way too choppy now. I feel like house prices still haven't really dropped that much though. Nowhere near that where it has to drop. I know people who are cash heavy, they want the house prices just to plummet so they can buy the house for cheap, their dream house for cheap. And I mean, if you're in the high interest rate environment, you're gonna have to put a big down payment. So you're not borrowing too much money at super high interest rates. Hugh says, I consider myself pretty lucky. Just happened to buy the house just prior to pandemic. That is the perfect formula. And then refinance at that low interest. That is, wow. Hey, amazing. You were in the perfect situation. Jerry Jumper says, I'm not getting any volume on the 6. Oh, you should definitely have volume. Yes, definitely. It's actually pretty close, but it's more on the 623 still. And it's gaining, it's accelerating. So if you don't do it today, definitely by tomorrow, but already it's above the 323. Got a trap trade setting up on a 10,000 tick chart. It's not pretty though, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars in a row. So I don't know, I wouldn't really take that trap, but this could be happening because of the announcement of the closed board meeting. We may just chop around until that meeting's done, and who knows what really happens, which sucks because on stream that means this might be all we're getting today, pandas. Hey, I already made my bamboo. Let's go, baby. And, we're in good pace here. Up 600.
$10,000 tick trap.
Trap trigger is on the 10,000 tick chart, but really choppy, really looking choppy here. So many overlapping bars. I mean, people are buying with limit orders. It's turning to a limit order market where people are buying down here, selling up here, and they're just gonna bounce between there for a while. Yeah. Like I mentioned, they did release news that they were gonna have a emergency board meeting, closed door board meeting at 11:30 today. So it might chop around till then. And sorry. I mean, you can only take what the market gives you, and if it's giving us this, I cannot find myself trading this. And also tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pandas. I'm just telling you right now, 8:30 a.m. Whew. Get ready for some fireworks. I'm thinking like one candle is gonna be like more than 20 points large. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes like a 40-point candle, one candle in 2000 tick chart. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised. Maybe even a 100-point candle on the 5-minute. It could be possible. And I'm just saying, like, the CPI number, everyone's eyes are on it. And yeah, it's gonna be one of those account making or breaking news events. So just be aware of that. That's tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And remember, daylight savings did happen, so you have to adjust your time to match that. Do I think short or long for the CPI? I don't know. I'll have to see the price action at the time. If there's like a certain key area that it might go to, then I'm probably trade towards that key area. That's typically what I like to do. Yeah, Kyle Lubber says Apex refunded money from Friday. If you guys remember, Rhythmic got all messed up. And if you haven't yet contacted, if you were affected by that, as in like literally you're in a trade and you couldn't get your trade out, or if you put your order in, you couldn't cancel your order because of the Rhythmic glitch, then make sure you contact Apex. Apex is actually probably one of the only prop firms that will respond to those requests and actually help you out. So please, if you haven't, do it quick. The quicker you do it, the better, I think. Big move up here. Trap trade triggers here. Far away from 20 Mays, not a setup I like, but it does trigger and give you a nice scalp. There's an outside bar reversal as well, so another reason why I didn't want to take that trade. GOS, can you show your 5-minute chart? Sure. Let's see what's happening there. Second entry short, that fails, reverses pretty strongly. Back to the 20 EMA. Strong bull bar on the 20 EMA. 10,000 tick chart, strong bull bar above the 20 EMA. Let's see if there's follow through here. It could be a simple spike, channel, break a trend, new high. It may try to fill that gap. All right. What's going on? It's going back and forth from here. Second entry long. A, B, C. Would you guys take the second entry long? Would you guys take the second entry long here, pandas? Second entry long. Strong push up. We're underneath the 20 MA. Signal bar is looking wild right now. Not something tradable in my opinion to go long. Oh, hey. Let the candle finish. Don't speak too soon. Second entry long here. It's a good signal bar now. It's huge though. Wow, for the content. For the content. Oh, I hate when it actually triggers a trade and then revert. Okay. It's actually a perfect scalp. Only goes exactly 8 ticks and still, there we go. Absolute scalp. All right, pandas. We skipped that one. Ended up being a nice signal bar at the end. The reason why I didn't want to take it, because if I were going to take this, I need to take a small retracement, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.25 point risk here. That's pretty large, to be honest. 6-point risk. I'm always looking at what if it fails. You know, that's basically what I have to think. Like, I kind of, you know, if it works out, that's the easy part. But when it fails, that's when you have to really be aware of. You got to think at least that step ahead. Like, if this fails, am I okay with it? Basically, you got to ask yourself that question. If I'm okay with it, you know, considering the probability, considering the risk, is this trade worth it? Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Tomorrow, remember, there is news at 8:30. Don't forget. And not only that, 8 days left for BBM 80% off your evals. And for those just joining, since the market's pretty much doing absolutely nothing, we're just go over the trades I took. So I took this trade here, second entry short on this downtrend, and I'm looking for that new low here still. So strong move down, looking for a second entry short, coming off the 20 MA, good signal bar, and end up getting a scalp. No runner though, unfortunately, doesn't go very far, and my runner gets stopped out. And then I take this trap trade after the new low is created at the bottom of the trading range on the trading range indicator. New low created, so I bounce off, try to take the reversal, and then finally take the reversal here and get a nice scalp here as well. So those are my two trades for today. And yeah, everything else seems a little sus. Very hard to take this second entry short. Take this trap, doesn't really make sense. We got the new low already created, but the trap does work out here for you. But skipping it because it's far away from 20 MA. It's not a setup necessarily how I like it. Outside bar reversal. Second entry long here. It does work out, and nice push up. Higher low setup here. The higher low may be a good setup. With hindsight bias, I can, you know, confidently say that, but during the time, very difficult when you have this kind of price action to the left of the chart. Unsure really what's going to happen here. You know, you could have like maybe a trend line or something working along here and maybe stopping you from really pushing up higher. Ends up pushing up very nicely from that. Got this trap trade here that's too far from 20 MA, not taking that trade. Second entry long here, way beneath the 20 MA, does work out nicely. And all of this trap here, I was thinking, but skipping it because it is above the 20 MA. So I'm gonna try to take a failed second entry long above the 20 MA. No, thank you. And pretty much nonsense from here on out. When you start to get price action that looks like this, super choppy, then it's very, very difficult to start trading. To the point where I skipped this trap even because it got so choppy at this point. I just wasn't sure what's going to happen. Skipping this trap because of that nonsense. If this trap happened like right in this area, dang, that's the setup I want, but it didn't happen. So you can only take what the market gives you. And second entry long here, that does work out. So, you know, it is what it is. Gary Janvin says my chart looks nothing like yours. Second entry long hasn't even traded yet on my chart. Possibly because you might be on the wrong contract, or you need to reload your historical. I'm not sure why it doesn't look anything alike, but those are things that typically will make it look different. So, Panda's gonna end it early here, just like a minute early. But with that being said, hope everyone trades safe. And just know that we do have a that board meeting at 11:30 and big news tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So just be aware of that, and yeah, trade safe. So anything else? Not really. So Pandas, with that being said, I see you guys bright and early tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream, and I hope to see you guys there. Really do appreciate you guys in the community here, and yeah, just so thankful for you guys, and thanks for joining me in this in trading. I got that bamboo today. and didn't go on tilt, which is nice. So I'll see you guys bright and early. All that being said, as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.